today we're setting up camp on my balcony. It's the first night that they have this synchronized kind of trippy light show. Yeah, why don't you start off, tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe a little peek into your life growing up, what your background is, because you're very interesting cultural combo, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. I was actually born in Hong Kong, and when I was about 1 year old, my family moved back to Taiwan, so I was pretty much raised in Taiwan.
I'm thinking every 2 or 3 minutes we can just ponder back here and maybe soak in the lights, relax the mind, and then get back to the interview. So let's...
So I studied marketing advertising, and I also did a double major in sociology, really just out of interest.
Yeah.
And of course, after I graduated, I did nothing with that degree. So after I graduated from college, I actually did move back to Taiwan, and I was there kind of working on like a family business, was working with some t-shirts. And then afterwards, I think it was about a year or two later, I got a phone call from a trading company in Guangdong. It was a US trading company, but their sourcing office was actually based in Guangdong.
Okay.
And they're a publicly traded company, they have offices all over the world. But because I speak Mandarin, I think they appreciated that I would move over and kind of work with the foreigners and the mainland Chinese over in Guangdong.
Oh, sure.
So I did flying over there and interviewed, and next thing I knew, I was living in Dongguan.
There you go. Now, was this back in the swinging Dongguan days, or I read on Wikipedia that it kind of used to be the sex capital of China.
It was the red light district of China.
Did you know that, Christian?
That's actually why I moved there. No, that's definitely not why I moved there. That's not why I moved there. No, actually when I got there, they had already, in Chinese, like a direct translation, they call it sweep. So they sweep Dongguan of all its vices.
Naughty behavior.
And I actually didn't realize that's that's what it used to be known for until I got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's before, when manufacturing was done a lot of shoe manufacturing used to be done in Taiwan, so Dongguan, there wasn't a hugely populated area, so a lot of people from Hong Kong would actually go to Dongguan for these vices.
Ah, makes sense. Right across the board.
Not a bad thing for Hong Kong. I'm not saying just Hong Kong.
I actually noticed when I was in Dongguan, obviously they did a sweep and they kicked out thousands of prostitutes and everybody. But I noticed that there's some very pretty women outside of clothing shops. And this is before I knew about the sex capital of the sweep or anything. And I was wondering, why are there so many pretty women outside of shoe shops, outside of electronic shops, outside of random clothing booths? And they all had the hand clappy thing. They were all just making as much noise, just standing there making a lot of noise. What's going on? I guess that must be part of the sweep. Obviously, lots of people go to different cities, and then the others just get hired in random jobs.
Right.
So.
Well, I think Dongguan was, known for those vices, and so once places were swept, I'm sure it still happened. It happened a lot more discreetly.
You were there for about 3 years, yeah, and now you're living in this beautiful, vibrant, entrepreneurial city of Shenzhen.
Yes.
What brought you here? What are you doing out here?
Yeah, so I got talking with a few friends, and opportunities just kind of presented themselves. Living in Dongguan, definitely had its benefits being an expat living there. But I think to me, I wanted kind of a different scene, maybe different challenges. And I was looking into Hong Kong and Shenzhen.
Okay.
And I was considering both places, had some opportunities, and decided, Shenzhen's a neat city, never really explored the area, it could be a new challenge.
Speaking of neat, let's absorb this again real quick. It's looking like exciting again.
Look at that.
So, you came out here. How's it been so far? Similar industry, or what are you up to?
Yeah, it's a similar industry in terms of kind of trading. I used to do more of a trading company in footwear, and now I do some trading, but it's also a merchandising company.
I'm imagining those lucky gold cats that go like this in every Chinese restaurant you see in the U.S. You guys have a hand in that at all, or?
That in particular, I've never seen, because our customers are based in the U.S., so we do more U.S. Western customers.
Christian, you were in the dildo industry for a little bit, yeah? Do you guys do things like that itself, or sex toys at all?
That, not yet, no, we haven't.
Yeah, I have some renderings inside, so maybe if I give it to you, get a mold made and
could potentially explore that.
Not for myself, of course. I have some friends.
Of course not. Of course not him.
Okay. Thank you for shedding some insights.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're not quite done yet.
Oh,
so thank you for shedding insight on the business portion. So this show is business, beer, and banter. Now we're going to transition. We're going to let loose a little bit. Maybe unbutton a button. I'm going to take the jacket off. You're going to Japan tomorrow, right?
I am. Headed to the typhoon, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big typhoon, which is a hurricane.
Yeah. Another typhoon coming. We just had a big one 2 weeks ago.
We did. That was not fun.
Yeah. My whole apartment flooded, actually. This balcony filled up with water, and it all started coming in under that door.
Nothing broke?
No, I used every single article of clothing I have, and I made like a little river leading out to the hallway, so it all just started leading into, I had to do what I had to do, otherwise all the electronics.
Hustling again, hustling.
Yeah, and I actually just finished, you can see, you want to show the hangers, Christian, I just finished drying out. After 2 weeks, all my clothes just dried out. And I tried to set it up so it's kind of like wind chimes. So when it's windy, they hit each other in a way that's kind of acoustic. It's kind of nice.
Multi-purpose hangers.
Yeah, so you wake up to a nice. Not doing it now. Still getting a little camera shy, but trust me, they make a nice noise. And to loosen up, there's nothing that'll loosen you up more than a good animal mask. Am I right? Since we're kind of high up on the balcony with beautiful skyscrapers behind us, and you're kind of a tall guy,
Thank you.
Especially for out here.
So.
I mean, got you a befitting mask, the giraffe mask.
Thank you.
So what we do now is we throw these on.
Camera the mask.
Oh yeah, we throw these on, we cheers, and then you take a good swig of a local beer.
All right. Oh jeez.
I cut a mouthful in there. Did I cut a mouthful in there? Hold on, we're gonna have to cut a mouthful in that one real quick.
Go on.
Do you have one? Oh! Throw them on?
You're gonna dig up, no? I can't see anything.
Well, you'll just need it for the chug. Oh, you gotta open it. Let me get you first.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even open it.
Alright, gun bay, Ben. Get a little leakage. How's it drinking out of that?
It's good.
Now?
It's different.
First things first, of course, girls, ladies.
Sorry, get that again.
Yeah, okay. Let them think about that. Let them marinate. Okay.
I was gonna say something really stupid, like not even comparing what are the other. I was just like, yes. Like it's a really stupid answer.
That would have been great. Let's rewind and get back to ladies, women, girls.
So it's really interesting for women. I know this is not rapid.
Okay, yeah, continue.
I know it's not rapid fire. I'm not saying words, but I gotta say something though. For women, it's different. So if I'm dating a woman, like because I grew up in Taiwan, so there's the cultural aspect of a Taiwanese woman. But again, I'm also Western in the sense that I'm half Australian and I've lived overseas. So when I have conversations with a woman or I'm attracted to a woman, it's also I kind of need or would like them to have cultural knowledge of both places. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
That was a terrible rapid fire.
Do a softball one. Food.
I gotta go with Asian food.
No, that could be China or Taiwan.
Yes. Taiwan, sorry. Taiwan.
Okay. What's your go-to meal in Taiwan? You just come back from a long trip, a few months. What's the first thing you go to?
Easy. Chinese is called rou fan. It means minced beef or pork with sauce on rice. I eat that for days. It's cheap, it's good, it's a Taiwanese dish.
That's like some street foods too, right?
Street food is the best kind of food if you travel in Taiwan.
And all the street markets, the night markets, I saw that too. So give me some recommendations.
Oh, for sure.
Heading out there in a week actually. Don't know why I looked.
You'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which week do I go to?
Yeah. Ooh, I think we're all wondering this one.
No, we're not.
Barbers.
Taiwan.
Shit, that was fast.
Taiwan.
Really? Why's that?
Sure.
They didn't give you a mullet in Illinois or anything like that?
No, I just think, I don't know, I spend most of my time in Taiwan. 18 years, so that's kind of what I grew up with.
Now, is it a street barber?
I got my guy. Sure, I know a guy.
Is it a street barber, like the street food in Taiwan? Because I know here in China, there's a lot of street barbers who they just set up the mirror under a bridge so you can see yourself, and they just cut away.
No, I think every country's style is a little different too. And I mean, growing up in Taiwan, I know I look more Western, even though I'm half Asian. But
next one. Laundry detergent.
America.
Why?
Don't have a good reason. I just think maybe certain safety standards are more to par.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair.
Which I'm not saying anything bad about.
At the same time, I've seen a lot of kids in America eat these Tide Pods, and it doesn't seem safe. Blowing up their lungs, blowing up their tracheas.
It's true. I think it's more of a mindset perception than it really is a fact.
And you know what? I am a die-hard believer in natural selection, and I believe that Tide is doing a damn good job of that. Am I wrong? I mean, these kids are popping these things in their mouths. It's nature. So I think it's time to soak in the lights again real quick. Oh shit, they got fish. You getting the fish over there? They got fish swimming around in the buildings. It's a great shot. Oh, I don't see that every day. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Oh, you already got the draft head on. So this is the scrumptious snack segment. So I got us to warm up. Now this is my problem. I love a lot of things about China, but I think the snack choices here are atrocious. You either got to choose between seaweed flavored chips or, minced pig intestine on top of cold noodles or dried fish flakes. This is actually the best thing in the convenience store downstairs, and aside from Snicker bars, but I don't think I do Snicker bars all the time. It's cold eating rabbit. It's cold eating rabbit. It doesn't tell you what part of the rabbit it is. I've had rabbit skull before, which was actually delicious. Had that in Shanghai. You just bite right through the skull and you get to the brain, and it's very good. Very good. You can almost taste the rabbit's last thoughts hopping around before it got taken advantage of. So let's pop these out. And throw on the mask and see how they taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
A few bones in it, careful. Shit. It's on the balcony, we're fine. It's not bad though, yeah? No, I guess it's pretty bad for giraffes. That makes sense though. Giraffes are very tall, so they would have no reason to bend down and eat rabbits.
No, they don't like rabbits.
In nature. We're getting fancy on business beer and banter. We got some silverware. Unless you want 2 forks, I don't know if some people are ambidextrous, but some people just use a fork in each hand. So China's very famous for their aged eggs, I'm told. You can probably shed more insight on it than I can. So I don't know if we'll read the wrapper afterwards. I don't know if it's 1,000 years aged. I don't know if it's a day aged, but it's an aged egg.
Right.
So I chilled them. I don't think you're supposed to chill them, but I feel like we'll get a shot of that. And just, it's a regular brown aged eggs. It's kind of like how you age whiskey. So we can just
dig it in?
Yeah, just cut off a little piece and see how you like it. I've actually not tried this particular aged convenience store or boiled egg or whatever you want to call it, but can't find the mouth hole. It's always a good night when you can't find the mouth hole. Oh, that one. No, that one. I don't like that one. It just made me tear up a little bit. I don't like that one.
It was not bad.
No, that was pretty fucking bad.
No, I like that. It wasn't too bad.
It's fucking...
To me, it just tastes like egg.
Oh.
Maybe you got a 2,000-year-old egg.
I think mine was a little
Mine
older
was
than
1,000.
your egg.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, my egg went through some shit.
So you wanted to finish that, or did you?
I'm actually not sure what it is. It looks like a sausage.
That's really comforting. Yeah.
But it's got corn on it, so maybe you can read it for us. What does that say?
It says yumi, which is corn, and then it says I can't read the rest.
Okay, so it's a surprise for both
It
of
says
us.
corn something. Thank you. I didn't actually eat dinner yet, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Jesus. Oh, Christian, you should get this moon, by the way. Some corn.
Maybe the worst is over.
It's actually
You like that?
that's pretty crazy. That tastes like a sausage outing with corn kernels inside.
It's always good to try new things.
Oh, this is the first time I bought it down there. I thought it'd be a joke. This is
I was not
pretty
going to
good.
share it with me.
Corn sausage. You can actually see some little corn kernels in there. You want to try it out?
I do.
It's not bad at all. I see like eating that at the gym.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think that wraps up our episode of Business Beer and Banter. You shed a lot of light on some things for us. It was
Very
a great
exciting.
talk, man. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure. The only thing left to do is hammer back these wheat Qingdaos.
Sounds good to me.
Cheers. Cheers, Christian.
Cheers.
Oh. That mouthful's a tricky one. For all you kids back home, you can't find the mouthful. Probably not old enough. Cheers.